There was a night when all the certificates on Adeel's wall felt like they were making fun of him. School topper certificates, college awards, competition shields, everything was hanging proudly on the wall, but his pocket was empty. His degree was complete, but he still had no job. His friends had moved ahead in life, buying new bikes and cars, posting smiling pictures, and Adeel was sitting in a small room, listening to the sound of the fan, thinking, why did I work so hard? If I am still standing at zero? The biggest shock of his life came when he cleared 3 rounds of a job interview, but his name was not on the final list. He told his family something else, but inside, he broke. That night, he went to the rooftop, looked up at the sky, and said, God, I have tried so much, what is the next step now? There was no answer, only the soft sound of the wind. The next day, Adeel decided he would step out of the house and really look at the city. He used to see only his own pain, today he wanted to see other people's lives. At the bus stand, he noticed an old man who sold newspapers there every morning. His clothes were simple, his income was clearly not much, but there was a strange peace and a real smile on his face. Adeel thought, this man probably earns less than me, but he doesn't look as disturbed as I am. One day, Adeel gathered courage and asked him, Uncle, don't you get tired waking up so early every single day? The old man laughed and replied, Son, there is tiredness in every work. The only difference is what name you give to that tiredness, burden, or worship. That one sentence stuck in Adeel's mind. At night, he thought deeply about his life. He realized that he was knocking again and again on only one door, job, 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 while there were thousands of other kinds of work in the city that he was not even considering. He asked himself a very honest question, what can I actually do? Forget the degree for a moment, what are my real strengths? He took out a notebook and started writing. I can talk well with people. I know how to teach children. I am good at giving ideas to small business owners. In the next few days, Adeel decided that while he was still searching for a job, he would start a small side work of his own. He began offering tuition classes to the children in his lane. On the first day, only 2 students came. Someone in the neighborhood said sarcastically, the degree holder has now become a street tuition master. The words hurt, but Adeel decided that from now on, he would not live by people's comments, he would live by his own work. Within a few weeks, those 2 students became 8, then 8 became 15. Parents noticed that their children's marks were improving and their confidence too. After every class, Adeel would share small life lessons with them, the importance of time, staying away from the phone while studying, respecting parents. Slowly, his small tuition group turned into a little learning center. One day, a parent said to him, Adeel, you don't just teach the syllabus, you teach life. You need a proper place. They offered him a small ground floor room in their building for a low rent. Adeel hesitated, then said yes with faith. He cleaned the walls, fixed a whiteboard in one corner, and wrote a small board for the door. New Life Academy, start again, learn again. This name was not just for the children, it was also for Adeel himself. Every morning when he looked at that board, he remembered that he had also started his life again. He was no longer just a jobless graduate. He was a person helping to shape other people's futures. Over time, Adeel's center became known in the area. Some children were saved from failing, some became more confident, some started speaking better English. Parents' faces showed relief and trust. One day, a small student came to him and said, Sir, when I grow up, I want to become a teacher like you. Something caught in Adeel's throat. He thought, on that night when I was crying on the rooftop, if someone had told me that one day a child would call me his role model, I would have laughed in disbelief. Years later, Adeel finally received an offer from a good company, to conduct training sessions, good salary, good office. But he did not compare that offer only with the money. He looked at his center, his students, his New Life Academy. Then he asked himself, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? And the answer was clear, I want to be part of changing both minds and hearts. So he accepted the job on a part-time or training basis, but he did not leave his center. Now he was empowering people in two places, in corporate training rooms and in his small classroom. Today, when someone asks him, "What is the biggest lesson you have learned in life?" he says, "The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that life is over. Life does not end, only one path closes." Real courage is in asking yourself, from where can I start again? If, after listening to this story, you honestly ask yourself that one question, then your next chapter can also become like Adeel's, a journey from broken dreams to new life.